Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your easy to understand guide on how to unlock the secret room in Stadium using the blue keycards puzzle. If you don't know what this is, essentially around Stadium, every game there's going to be 3 randomly spawned blue keycards. You use these blue keycards in 3 secret rooms on different levels of the stadium to get a code on a computer. You input the correct code on the keypad outside the door, and if it's correct, the door will unlock for you, containing some loot, a new weapon variant, and some storyline Easter eggs. I'm going to break down every step to make it as simple as possible for you, so if you enjoy this and find it useful, feel free to leave a like and drop in the comments if you need some players to help you out with this egg. Now, since Stadium is a very hectic place on Warzone right now, I definitely recommend trying this in a 4-player squad within Plunder, as you're going to be scouring every level of the stadium to find 3 key cards. These spawn in complete random every single game, and there are dozens of locations for every single one of them. Now, these key cards are not red access cards. These are specifically found only in the stadium. And the 3 key cards you're going to be looking for is EL21, CL19, and P216. To start this guide off, I'm going to show you where all 3 of these secret rooms are and what key card relates to what room it opens. In this first clip, I find EL21, and EL21 stands for Executive Lounge, and this can be found upstairs in this section of the stadium that I'm in. So once someone in your game has found that key card, they need to go upstairs to the Executive Lounge area and open the door you see here. It has a little card reader on the front, and with that card, if you interact with it, it will let you go inside the room. The next key card you're looking for is P216, and this stands for Parking Lot Level 2. So go on the bottom floor of Stadium and follow it around until you find the little dip which leads you underground, and there's going to be a back room which has a card reader, and that opens P216 secret room. And CL19 stands for Concourse Lounge, which is the bar section on the main floor of Stadium, as you can see here in this clip. Now we've gone over all the secret rooms and the key cards that link to these rooms. What do we do in them? Well, inside of each room, you're going to find a few loot chests as well as a computer. And the next step is to interact with the computer and write down all of the code that it gives us. And as you can see, it's flashing a sequence of numbers as well as weird symbols. And just to make sure you're aware, these codes change every single game, so this will not be the same code for you in your game. But with the symbols you see on the screen, we're actually going to give them names that makes it a lot easier for you to keep track of them. So if you see this symbol, we're going to call it a house because it looks like a house. If you see this symbol, we're going to call it a nose. And if you see this symbol, I call it Chinese because it looks like a Chinese letter, but you can also call it a treble clef. The first computer code I got was 3 nose house 95 nose house. Once you've got that, we can go to the next computer room, which is Concourse Lounge, and the code that we got here was 3 nose 6 treble 5 nose house. And importantly, we also get something in Russian on the screen, which means reset code. And then our last code was 3 4 house treble 5 nose house. Once you've got them all written down, it's super useful if you write them down in a way where they are perfectly aligned with each other. Writing them down in the list order top down 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to be compressing them into a singular list. So looking at our 3 codes from left to right, you can see that in every computer we got the number 3, which is great. Then on the first and second code we had nose, but on the last we had a 4. The fact the third code has the number 4 means that nose equals 4. We can start to work out the finalized compressed code is 3 4. Looking at our next code, we can see that house was there in the first and third, but it was 6 in the second, so we can now work out that house is going to be 6. Following it along, the first computer had a 9 while the rest had T, which means that the treble clef or Chinese symbol means it equals 9. Going to the next number, we have 5s across the board, so we know the next number is a 5 guaranteed. And then earlier on, we worked out that our nose equals 4, so we have a 4 4, and then finally ending with a H, which we worked out was 6. So compressing that all down, we finally get our code as 34695446. Once you've worked it out, all you need to do is go up to the executive level of the stadium and go to the keypad and input the code on the on-screen keypad. It's pretty simple, but it is also possible to complete this by only finding 2 key cards instead of 3, because it's incredibly difficult to find 3 in a single game. Here's me completing it in a game with with only 2 key cards. This code we had Chinese 8, 9, house, 3, nose, house, nose. And with the other computer, we got Chinese 8, 9, 7, nose, nose, house, nose. So straight away, we don't know what C is as neither code has that. We can see that both codes have 8 and both have 9. We know 7 is now house because it appeared in one of the codes, and we now know that nose is 3. So from that, we get C8973373, which leaves us to only have to work out what the number C would be. And C is going to be any number that hasn't been used yet, which is 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And in this game, you see me go to the keypad and we guessed it with brute force and we got it that C equaled 1. So typing in 189733373 worked, and as you can see, it opens up the boardroom, and inside there you're going to find some randomized goodies. In one game we found a juggernaut drop, which put you as a juggernaut in Warzone, and in other times we found 2 miniguns just lying on the corners of the room, and you can find other goodies like an advanced UAV and other things like that. Waiting for you on the table is a brand new blueprint of the AN-94 called the Enigma. As you can see on screen, it is actually a beautiful weapon variant, so you're definitely going to want to pick this up. I really love the description of this weapon, and what is really cool is when you do this Easter egg and someone opens up this room with the correct code, fireworks go off around the stadium. And thanks to my friend Bailey for recording it in a helicopter, we got some bird's eye camera view here to show you, so you can hear this around the map as well. It's not a particularly exciting set of fireworks, but it's still very, very cool to signal that it's been done, and I guess that means anyone around in the area can go in and grab that weapon variant if they don't have it already. Now, the room does contain some very suspicious items. There's a laptop that's just chilling there, which looks like it could be used for something, but at the moment doesn't seem to be the case. You can also see the Verdansk map with the downtown section specifically like zoomed in as its own separate part of the map. Definitely the most interesting thing here is on one of these whiteboards, you can see a photograph of the brand new main villain of the Warzone storyline, which is Mr. Z, also known as Victor Zakayev. We've actually never seen what he looks like in Modern Warfare until now, and it shows you in this boardroom, which is pretty cool. There's a ton of other weird details, like a very strange radio just sat on the middle of the meeting room table. It looks almost Black Ops-esque, but unfortunately at the moment it doesn't seem to be able to do anything, just like the laptop in this room and the other weird military style laptop that's just chilling there on the side. But hey, with this knowledge you now possess, you can go forth and try to get this Easter egg done. It's definitely easier in Plunder because Battle Royale is going to be very, very difficult, and I definitely advise you to try with just 2 keycards because it is very, very difficult to find 3 keycards in one game of Warzone. They are literally littered everywhere, even in the stands, in the bins, on the pitch itself, behind the bar. There is so many spots for it. But thank you so much for watching. If you found this guide useful, you know what to do. Drop a like rating, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest Warzone videos and Easter eggs. I'll catch you very soon for another one.